and welcome to Notts County Talk. This is another predictions video. It's game week 14, I believe. It is pretty mad how quick the season does go. The predictions are left in my trusty hands again. We'll get stats up soon about who's winning on the predictions. I think it's probably me. But yeah, also just to quickly let you know, obviously comment down below. We've got a little, it's not a competition, there's nothing to win, but you get a little shout out for the next predictions video. Can you put which team you think and the minute they will score, which team will score the earliest goal this game week? So for example, if I think Notts County are going to score in the second minute and that'll be the earliest goal of the League 2 game week, then I'll put Notts County second minute. You know, you might want to do Fleetwood first minute, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter what time the teams are kicking off. It's through the minute they score within the 90. So if you put the team and the minute, you will get a shout out in next week's prediction video. So let's get on to the predictions though. Cheltenham versus Walsall is a 12:30 kickoff. That's the first game we'll look at. First v 22nd. You think you'd be mad to predict anything other than a Walsall win when I must be mad because I'm going to predict a Cheltenham win. Cheltenham, I've just looked at the head-to-heads. It's not something I knew before, but Cheltenham seem to be Walsall's bogey team. They've only won like 1 or 2 out of the last 8 fixtures against Cheltenham. Walsall also haven't won in 3. Cheltenham won their last game out 2-0. Not getting momentum, but they look a bit steadier under Steve Cottrell. So yeah, I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go for a Cheltenham win. I think they'll probably win. I think it'll be a grind out 1-0. Okay, next is the other 12:30 quick kickoff. Fleetwood v Accrington. Pretty straightforward one. This one, to be fair, I think Fleetwood will get the job done against Accrington. Accrington, obviously, a great 4-0 win last weekend against Swindon, who we did all right against on Tuesday night. But I do think Fleetwood, they're in decent form. Won 3 out of their last 5. Yeah, quite a steady team. Mid-table at the minute, so I do just think that Fleetwood will get the job done at home. I'm probably going to go 2-0 to Fleetwood on this one. Okay, next game is the first 3 o'clock kickoff, and that is Barrow v Barnet, the Battle of the Bees. I think both decent teams. I think both tough teams to play against. Obviously, Barnet in good form after their early season, not wobbles, but they've been in good form recently, except for obviously losing to Notts in the last minute. But they played well against Notts, deserved more than to lose the game. Barrow though, always a tough place to go, which just sounds like a cliche, but it just is true. So I think for this one, I'm gonna go for a draw. I think it'll be a 1-1. I think Barnet will probably have more of it, but Barrow will just sort of roughing them up a bit, and I think that home advantage for Barrow is pretty strong. So I'm gonna go for a 1-1 in the Barrow v Barnet. Okay, next of the 3 o'clock kickoffs is Bromley v MK Dons. MK Dons kind of clicking into a bit of gear now, but the worrying thing is they're sitting third in the table, scoring lots of goals, and it seems like they've got more to give. They're playing a Bromley team who are, to be fair to him, doing all right again. Michael Cheek, obviously, flying. Gilby for MK Dons. Probably not the player, can't say I know a lot about him, but not the player I expected to score the most goals for them. I'm going to go with an MK Dons win here. Although I'd rather Bromley obviously win. But I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win. I think Michael Cheek will get one for Bromley. I think that'll probably cause them a few problems first half, and I just think MK Dons will second half will just come through. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win, unfortunately, for MK Dons. Next of the 3 o'clock kickoffs is Crawley v Bristol Rovers. 2 teams obviously were League 1 teams last season, but definitely one, or if not both of them, probably only one of them, could be a National League team next season. Not great. I thought Crawley were not great when they came down to Meadow Lane. McKinley, whatever his name is, the striker, me and Jordan, he was dreadful, in my opinion. I don't think Bristol Rovers are great either. They've been a bit better recent, but they're still not. They're not performing how we thought they would do. And that's been the case for them for 2 years in a row now. So don't seem like it's going to pick up anytime soon. I'm going to go for a Bristol Rovers win just because Crawley's form is atrocious. And I just can't see them. I can't see them winning the game. So, and I can't even see them picking up a point against Bristol. I'm just going to go for a Bristol Rovers win. I don't think it'll be pretty. I think it'll probably be 1-0 Bristol Rovers. Both teams need something though, and I think Crawley could definitely go down. And I think I think Scott Lindsay's getting found out a little bit. I think when they went up 2 seasons ago, they were really overperforming, like their underlying numbers and all that, them sort of statistics. But I think now he himself is, I know he's not got a great team, but I think he's getting a bit found out a little bit. I think he got found out at MK Dons, and yeah, I can't see him winning it. I can't see him winning this weekend, so I'm going to go for a Bristol Rovers 1-0 grind out win. Okay, next prediction, Crewe against Grimsby. 2 teams that I kind of respect. I think they're 2 reasonably good teams. I think they're 2 teams that could definitely push for the playoffs this season. Their head-to-heads I've just had a look at. In the last 14, 7 Crewe have won and Grimsby have won 7 as well. So kind of, you can't really split the 2. I think league position, I think they're 3 points away from each other. Again, I don't think you can split them, so I'm gonna follow the grain on this one, and I'm just gonna go for maybe a bit of a cop out, but I'm just gonna go for a draw on this one. I think they've got 2 well organised teams, 2 solid teams in the division. It could easily go either way, either or. But I'm just gonna go for a draw, sit on the fence for this one. We'll go 2-2. Okay, next game, Gillingham v Salford, or Salford v Gillingham. One way or the other. 2 teams, I don't know, their league positions I think are a bit deceiving. Gillingham's form has fallen off a cliff from not losing in their first 8-9 games to now losing 4 out of the last 5, I believe, or 4 out of the last 6. Their form's fallen off a cliff, literally. Whereas Salford, you kind of don't know what you're going to get with them. I mean, they're up there, and they're obviously a good team, but it's still an inconsistent, kind of like us, to be honest with you, even though we've picked up a bit consistently lately. So I just think Salford will probably win this one. I think Gillingham's form is a bit of a worry now. And momentum works both ways. When you've hit a bit of negative momentum, it could carry on. So I'm going to go with a Salford. Let's go Salford 2-0. I think it'll probably be a convincing Salford win, 2-0. Okay, next one, the big one, Notts County v Cambridge United. I do think this will be a really, really good game. Neil Harris, good manager for Cambridge, obviously experiencing the championship. I was about to say Champions League, championship. They're in decent form. We're in decent form. If you look at the last 10 games, I believe we're like joint top of the form table. Good result against Swindon, even though we'd want to get 3 points after being up twice, but 4 points away at Barnet and Swindon, you 100% take that. Cambridge, I've just had a look. Who's their threat, by the way? Because they've got like 1 player who scored 3 goals, and that's their top goal scorer, yet they're still kind of like, they're 1 point behind us, and they're still up there. So, like Tyrese Hall scored more than their top goal scorer. So I'm not sure where their goals are coming from, if they're coming from all areas, probably coming from defenders in a Neil Harris team. I think this will be a tough game for Notts. I think we've been doing well. I think Martin Patterson's been getting a lot of credit lately. I think some players that we're a bit worried about have been a bit better. I think Roos has been a bit better. I think McDonald has been absolutely fantastic. And Robertson and Palmer in the middle. I just don't want us to, obviously, and Hall, obviously, but I just don't want us to tire at any point. I think it'll be a tough game. I do want to go for a win, but I think we're going to draw. I think it's going to be a draw. I don't want to draw any home games. I don't think it's a good result by any means. They're a tough team. I'd like us to win, but I'm for the predictions. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 1-1. I think it'll be a frustrating day. I think we might get ourselves ahead, and then I think we might get pegged back again, and we might just have to see it out. Well, us or them see it out. Either could nick one, but yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Although that's not what I want to happen, I think that might be the case. Okay, next one, Harrogate v Newport. This is a tough one. 2 teams not fearing, obviously Newport bottom of the table. Harrogate always around where you think they are. I mean, 17th for them isn't bad. Harrogate will not go down with Simon Weaver as manager. And I think if they ever got rid of him, if he went, there'd be problems. I think he's a great manager. I think he's done excellently well to keep them up. You know, the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, however long it's been since we lost to him in the playoffs, and that's great. Well done to him. So I think he's doing well. I think Newport struggle. Obviously, they're bottom of the league. I think we're gonna get Harrogate win. I think Belshaw will probably keep Newport out. He always seems to pull off about 3 worldies every game. I don't know why we haven't got him. I'm gonna keep pushing that until he retires. I just can't believe we haven't signed him ever. We should have signed him about 4 years ago. But he's so good. He's so good. So just off of that basis, really, I'm gonna go with a Harrogate 1-0 win. Again, I feel like I've said that a lot, but it could go either way, this one. But yeah, Harrogate win, 1-0. Okay, quick one for this one. Oldham v Shrewsbury. Both teams not in great form. Again, Oldham don't think are that great. Don't think they look great when they played against us. A lot of people expected a lot of them at the start of the season. I don't think I really did, because they didn't run away with it last year. They won through the playoffs, so yeah, I'm gonna go with a Shrewsbury win, because they've won their last 2. I think they've got a bit of momentum, and that's all I can see really. I don't really want to predict another draw, so I'm gonna go with a Shrewsbury win. Even though I've not put many home wins, I'm gonna go with a Shrewsbury win. Next one, the penultimate game of the week, Swindon v Colchester. Obviously, not getting a draw away at Swindon. If not, as we've discussed earlier, Colchester in really good form. I think they've won their last 4. Weird team. Kind of like the Crawley brothers are as a management duo, like weird management duo. I can't work out if they're good or not. Like, they've clearly done well with Colchester because they were really struggling when they took over, but like their form is like up and down, and like you can't predict them. And like it's the same with the Crawley brothers. Like, are they that good? I don't know. Swindon are good. Ian Holloway's clearly, you know, as much as people take the mick out of him and he did his little voodoo when he got there, it's clearly something's working, because he's got them from, again, struggling at the start of last season, really struggling, to then turning it round. I know obviously they got beat last Saturday. They did all right against Notts on Tuesday, to be fair. I'm stuck with this one. I feel like it's a tough one. Ian Holloway with the Cowboys. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with a Swindon win. I'm gonna go with a home win. I know it's kind of against the grain, and I feel like Colchester are in good form. I'm gonna go with a Swindon win on this one. I'm gonna go 1-0, low scoring. It's a low scoring weekend according to me. Okay, final game of the game week is Tranmere against Chesterfield. The best player in the league, Amari Patrick. I don't know if he actually is the best player in the league. I don't watch every team consistently. I just love Amari Patrick. I just think he's so I think he's so direct. I think he's got good finishing. I think he's a great player. So him against Chester, I said this the other week. Him when they played Warsaw or something. It's just him against the other team. Tranmere not a good side at all. Chesterfield, sadly to say, are quite a good side with obviously a very, very good manager. So I think I'm going to go with Chesterfield 3-1 win. As always, as I'm probably going to do in every one of these predictions, I'm going to get Amari Patrick score, a consolation for them. I'd love him to just move somewhere or move to Notts. I'm sorry, Tranmere, but he deserves to go somewhere. I'd love us to sign him, but I don't think we're going to. But yeah, I'm going to go with a Chesterfield 3-1 win. I don't want to do it, but yeah. So that's it for the game week predictions. Don't forget to put your minute and team they're going to score. So whichever team you think is going to score earliest on this game week. So, you know, I might think that Amari Patrick's going to score in the first minute. So I'd put Tranmere, first minute, and you might want to put the goal scorer. That'd be even better. I mean, you'll get a shout out in next week's predictions video. Also put your predictions, or tell me if you think everything I've said is totally wrong. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get a win on Saturday. Really excited to see Notts on Saturday. Hopefully continue our little bit of momentum. Thank you.